So the question was not just how do we build leaders, but how do we build a culture of leadership in the nonprofit world? How do we foster it, maintain it, and sell it to the next generation? In considering this question, and as both Elizabeth and Dee noted, my organization, like many of yours probably, does not have the financial bandwidth to offer a great deal of professional development outside training. So I thought about my own trajectory and recognized that the bulk of my leadership training came on the job through empowerment from my employers. Empowerment to make institutional decisions, to craft programmatic direction, and to take responsibility and the resulting bumps when things did not go as I had planned. So building a culture of leadership really should be synonymous with building a culture of mentorship, all within an organization. Charging junior staff with decision-making, taking responsibility, and being held accountable can result in not only attaching them to specific tasks at hand, but to the institution as a whole. And that creates an expectation of and desire for leadership among them. It's essential, for example, in a small staff that every single staff member orally report to the entire group on a regular basis, literally to make sure that his or her voice is heard and respected. And all members of a team must at some point be asked for their opinions about a program or a policy, and we must genuinely listen to and consider them. So these are really practical things, right? Mentorship can be as simple as asking staff to do independent research and present proposals for systems. You know, a facilities manager purchasing new humidity control software. Dealing with the HVAC may seem numbingly unsexy, but the decision about what software to buy affects everything in an organization, from bottom line expenses to whether or not a museum will be granted a loan from another museum. I'm not a believer in abdicating hierarchy, and I do like often being the final word, but asking staff to be involved with the meat of an institution's work will make them use their problem-solving skills, and then they also will gain recognition for those solutions amongst their peers. And also, you know, recognition from leadership. Satisfaction with a job well done in a higher stakes game leads to more ownership, to more active participation, and a desire to be ever more a part of the big picture, which in turn results in the aspiration to want to steer other staff in that pursuit. Certainly, as we have discussed, and again, as Dee had noted, this means more work for directors and for leadership staff. Sometimes more anxiety, more time, more management, more follow-up, some more deep breathing, some more letting go. But the results are crucial to generating a culture of career versus job and passion versus indifference. And it's certainly worth noting that in-house empowerment can be risky. You know, we have to be ready to deal with the sting of failure, a lecture program to which few come, a costly database system that is perhaps as dysfunctional as the one it replaced. But how else can we nurture the leaders of tomorrow without allowing them to think independently, to try, to win or to fail, and to be able to learn from the results and adjust either way? As far as making the not-for-profit world attractive to the brightest and best of the next generation, it seems the answer there is education and mentorship as well. It's the passion for the content of the nonprofit world which drives people to find careers within it. It is critical that we let young people know that there are good, stable jobs in fields that can allow them to employ their passions. In a CAM program called Team Museum Studies, students learn about what every member on staff does at the museum. And it's amazing how many of the participants had no idea there were so many different skill sets involved in doing what we do. There is also, and this is really important, a tremendous amount of creative, original thinking in the nonprofit sector. Isn't that worth marketing to the brightest and the best? Can't we shift career goals away from pure absolutes like financial gain towards values like satisfaction, the ability to be creative every day, a certain kind of freedom in thinking and sensibility, and to work with a team for the public good. Isn't that enough of an argument for this line of work and why somebody should want to lead within it? At the beginning of this presentation, when Amy put up that thing that said, what if in 10 years the nonprofit world was the best place to work? I might argue that in many ways it already is. It's the way that we describe it, and it's the things that we say about it, and it's the way we communicate what it is that we all do that can change. Thank you.